Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovative, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Name, the one and only Master Propaganda, hero's like defender of the fatherland. Off here to glorious 1v1 on, you guessed it, is Taranto Coastline, which we're receiving, by the way, as well, obviously this patch. Not this patch, but the next patch, because of recording these things a bit ahead, you know, getting a buffer here, so you can get stuff out. But, you know, after this episode, well, after the day this episode goes out, should be updated, in fact. So, you know, yeah, a bit complex there. But again, you know, basically one last match of the old patch before Wasp hits, and that's basically this, you know, bit of a nice explosive send-off I tried to set up there. So, in the southwest, we've got Theodosios fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland here with the 2nd Fallschirmjaeger Division, 5th Fallschirmjaeger Company. East side, we got Momo4sho fighting for America, freedom, democracy, and liberty. Setting out here with the 1st Infantry Division, here with an armoured stand here, which of course, once this video is out, will have been nerfed in some way to be a little less efficient. So MD42 Fallschirmjäger start here for Momo4sho, or Theodosios. Momo4sho is definitely not playing Luftwaffe. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast. Allow me to keep making all these wonderful videos, so a big hearty thanks to those. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on my videos. Helps out immensely in getting the video out to more people in general via the YouTube algorithm. So big thanks there as well. Jeep rushing forwards here. Momo on the warpath, which is a bit, you know, what's expected in a game of, like, company heroes. We're not playing the settlers or knights and merchants. Jeep moving forwards here. Pioneer flanking up behind them. Up north here, scouts moving forwards while they're for Momo. Bit of skirmishing here. Jeep, they're getting a bit flanked here. MD42 team hauling the MD42 there up the hill. They got a Momo here, or Theodosios with another MD42. No idea why I want Momo to be the Wehrmacht player, by the way. I have no idea. And there you go. Momo's Jeep there is definitely taking some really awkward roundabout turns then, is getting absolutely pelted there by MD42 fire. Rifles heading forwards here. More GIs there on the way for Momo4sho and the 1st Infantry. Fallschirmjäger moving up north here for Theodosios and the German army. The German Fallschirmjägers were known as the Green Devils amongst the Western Allied troops. Were certainly quite tough opponents, in particular in the hills of Italy, in particular, of course, around Monte Cassino is like one of the more famous battles there of the German Fallschirmjägers, where they end up having to send in the Gurkhas to flush them out. Jeeps, Rapnet flanking around here, obviously not quite keen on hitting one of Theodosios' early strong points here. Momo, of course, is better off just trying to play around, and Momo here is just trying to buy time, slow down Momo's initial, you know, rush there with the MD42s and mix of Fallschirmjäger. Leipzig was going to sneak in some Grenadiers. Some players will... Oh, he goes for Grenadiers there. Yeah, I was about to say some... Go for some Grenadiers to help keep reinforcement course down the Fallschirmjäger and the Fallschirmjägers. Others just go Fallschirmjäger and just don't give a toss about such things. Getting a few hits on the Jeep with the Fallschirmjäger. The Jeep now hiding out a bit here behind the shrubberies. South here, machine gun rifles coming at the victory point at the same time. The results, of course, are going to get quite spicy. Jeep push back in there. God damn it, Bob. You keep driving into those machine guns. Look at all these holes. Well, we can always use it as a sieve. We're not going to use Jeep as a sieve, Bob. Ralph's got there and Jeep moving in here. We got the Grenadiers got support here. Making it a bit harder here for Momo to push in. That said, this is a bit of an exposed position. There you go. Momos can flank around here for the south, get behind the machine gun. As Ralph's got keeping things occupied. Of course, still the Jeep here. Up north, though, Theodosios taking advantage of Momo heading hard south here to just push on northern resource points, causing some problems for Momo. But that said, Momo could turn the tables to Theodosios just going for the points here and cut off Theodosios' resource points. We got another Fallschirm Pioneer squad here for Theodosios and the 2nd Fallschirmjaeger Division up north. The Pioneers falling back. Fallschirm Pioneer also repositioning here as Momo now goes here for the calf point. He's going for the jugular, going for the victory point as well here. Fallschirm Pioneer dropping in here. Going in hard there with their Carbine 89 Cuts. Machine gun setting up here. Rouse got flying around here. Pioneers, Fallschirmjäger, and the Pioneers, of course, just retreating. There's no way they can really do much here in, like, anything impactful in this engagement. Fallschirmjäger here in a good position. Cancel down the right and get some kills in, then bleed him out. Machine gun remains up in a rather static position. Bit risky there. We got medics on the way for Theodosios to heal his man out. Thumbs up. Grenades out for Momo on the Fallschirmjäger. Down one man there. Big puff there of red. Fallschirmjäger force route got forced retreat here as Theodosios orders his men to counterattack, forcing back the Americans from the center. Big rout here for Momo, he needs some medics up for sure, but he's going for the motor pool first. We got the LG-40 being airdropped for Theodosios, obviously anticipating a fast light vehicle here. He drops in the Leichter Geschütz 40. Leichter Geschütz, which was the, well, light gun there for the airborne units. Basically meant to double both as an anti-tank and, you know, a bit of a light cannon there. And could fire other armor-piercing high explosive shells. Jeep Rifle Captain going in here. Machine gun a bit of trouble here. Up north, though, moving good progress. We've got a scout squad there trying to act as a bit of a delay there, but it's not really doing much. It's not even acting as a doorstop. Pioneers there, forcing back the Rifle Squad. Captain there being met by the MD-42, and it's not a happy meeting there. Unless you're the machine gun crew, I suppose, to a degree, but the Jeep is doing immense damage. Fallschirm Pioneer counter-attacking, forcing back the Jeep here. Hectic battles here across several points between Momo and Theodosios. Neither player slowing down or breathing. Well, obviously, they are breathing to some degree, but, you know, it's not like, you know, relaxed tub of breathing. They aren't breathing at all. They'd obviously be dead or unconscious at the very least. Motor pool here for Momo4sho. Got the ground on the way there. Not a big surprise there. Troop reinforcing, healing. Got the LD-40 there lying about. Right moving forward, so you can head for the munitions point here. Further up north, we got the Grenadiers, Fallschirm Pioneer. We got the machine gun. Really nice use of the machine guns here by Theodosios and the way he's just leapfrogging between buildings there and setting up these kind of security zones, making it harder for Momo to launch immediate counterattack. Not quite common, I feel like, on most maps, in particular not on this one. So interesting plays here by Theodosios. Got the Grand heading northwards, got the Fallschirm Pioneer busy here. Keep in heavy need repairs. And there you go, Grand going for it. Fallschirm Pioneer just withdrawing. Obviously, no way in hell they're going to survive that. Machine also getting out there. Wits for getting out of here. Right, there's a Greyhound coming, but it's a dog. It's an American armored car, you Dummkopf. Oh. There you go, immense damage done to the MD-42. We got a big rifle squad here. Blob on the retreat path as well here. Good chance here. That Momo4sho can score a wipe here. Yep, scored a wipe here on Theodosios' MD-42. Quite the blow here, and certainly highlights a bit the risk of oversending the machine gun this far with no anti-tank weapons nearby in mind to cover the retreat path here. So that was obviously a bit of an extension. Of course, he knew it was coming, otherwise he wouldn't have gone for the LD-40. Meanwhile, though, Theodosios, though, is utilizing both the whole part of the Luftwaffe battle group that I was like, you know, kind of go for LD-40, so doesn't have to build the panzers for Panther tanks, all plus the fuel lead to push for a very fast Panzer company. It does become a fairly like regular thing with some Luftwaffe players will just rush for the Panzer company here. So we'll have to see, of course, how Momo responds to this. He is likely anticipating, and it is very common for Luftwaffe players to do this. We got the LD-40, they're also getting off a good shot on the Greyhound. As an additional fun fact, they'd activate a larger version of this in later in the war, the LD-42, which had a 105mm caliber gun there on it instead of 75. American MD-4 letting loose in the Fallschirm Pioneer. Greyhound there. We got the medics up there. We got engineers here for Momo4sho. Definitely very needed there. Up north, though, now it's Momo4sho's time to turn the tables here on Theodosios. Hit his fuel points, his resources. Oh, Jeep did hit a mine here. So Theodosios did have some mines down, just none that could stop the Greyhound and save his MD-42. LD-40 being hauled forward here. We got the Pioneers launching a deeper flank. Machinist up here. Bit risky there by Momo. Partly because the machine is down just 2 men. There's a good chance here that Theodosios could get the machine gun back through this. Probably would have pulled this one back. Reinforced it, healed it, and then to the front line. Fallschirm flanking in here. Yup, we're going to see a possible attempt at satchel charge here. If they can close enough. Of course, the question is, can they get there? There we go. Grenadiers launching another attack here. Launching a larger scale infantry assault to flush it out. Momo just hit retreat here. Very much anticipated. Machine gun setting up here on the retreating MD-42 team, but not quite working out here. And Momo is just exerting strong fuel control now, really playing around the map here. Beautiful play by Momo and Theodosios, but Momo is really leveraging the way the map works against Theodosios right now, and his aggressive mobility here. We got Fallschirmjaeger, yeah, full airdropping in here for Theodosios. Round squad then a bit of tough spot with the Fallschirmjaeger dropping in. He can't stay around for long because the Fallschirmjaeger, in particular the other stuff, they could actually get a wipe then retreating his men. Also, do we see any upgrades here for Momo's rifleman? Yes, we got the bars on the way now. Rifleman alone health, yeah. Momo here definitely, I think, made a miscalculation, or at least wasn't thinking fast enough there with the Fallschirmjaeger dropping in. He could see a wipe. That would be really good if Theodosios would certainly... Oh, there we go. Route squad down, and the other route squad is not a great spot either, so Fallschirmjägers close in. Rough stuff here in the south, captain here, and rather grabbing points here. Map control remains heavily favoured in Momo's favour, but Theodosios getting a wipe there definitely did a lot of work here. That said, despite rushing this out, he won't be able to go for any panzers anytime soon, so we'll have to see what it goes for next. Maybe more Fallschirmjägers, maybe some Starstruppen. Mines being laid down by Theodosios, Fallschirmjäger. And there you go, LD4 did hard at work there. My God, Fritz, where did you learn to shoot? Well, technically, I didn't learn to shoot. I was just taught to man's a gun. Fritz. Mines here from Momo. Thumbs up to that. Very good as well. We got plenty of mines, in fact, here from Momo. Back at base. Nothing further there for Momo4sho. Flares from the scouts. Brand moving up. LG40 there being hauled forwards. Theodosios, though, turning the tide again here versus Momo4sho for now. LD40 gets a good hit in the Greyhound. Far south here, Pioneers trying with a flank, but instead they meet the captain, and the captain is having absolutely none of it. Grenadier, Fallschirmjägers moving up here, going to converge from the southern victory point. Closing in, we got Bar Raven as well here for Momo4sho. And we got replacements, very much expected there. In fact, I was a bit surprised it didn't go for anyone sooner. Not wildly surprised, but mildly surprised. Raven closing in on the Fallschirmjägers, closing the gap here. Mighty up secret grenade here from the Fallschirmjägers. And there you go, with artillery supports with the captain. Oh, nice way he did it there, actually. On the grenadiers, might even catch the Fallschirmjägers with the artillery strike here. Thumbs up to Momo. Well set up here. Up north, men of the 1st Infantry Division fighting against the 2nd Fallschirmjäger Division. And there you go, route squad flanking the info too. Theodosios' lines are steadily being eroded here. As Momo4sho, like the tides of freedom upon the beaches of the German Reich, you know, wipes away the furious sandcastle. That was a really, really belabored metaphor. But anyways, Raven pushing forwards here. Fallschirmjägers falling back. Fallschirmjägers, Pioneer moving forwards. Grenadiers, they're busy merging away there. They'll keep reinforcement course down. Big sweeping tide here towards the northern fuel point again. We do have some mines here from Theodosios. Thumbs up to that. Grand rushing in here. Fallschirm Pioneer in a really tough spot. Fresh counterattack here. And we've got a Panther on the way here, though, for Theodosios. Sent in from a nearby 26th Panzer Division. Reinforcing healing here for Theodosios. Got some Grenadiers and our Fallschirmjägers as well. Congratulations, you're now Fallschirmjägers. So there's the parachute. Oh, don't you worry. We don't do those kind of things much more anyways. Panther almost done here for Theodosios. Steady attack here. We got the 2 LD40s in a little battery position here. Bring there. Falling a bit back. Clearly expecting the main push here from Theodosios to be backed up by LD40s. We got another Fallschirmjäger squad bringing in for Theodosios. No stars to them clearly. Smoke being deployed here though. By a moment to track up the men here, even as Theodosios sort rolls forwards here. Mines being laid down, he's attempting to lay down. Overall though, Momo's defense is collapsing now as he has no anti-tank weapons. Meaning he has no way of really stopping this Panzer IV except just snaring it up. So we see just a mass rout here by Momo, though of course it's not all bad. He has most of the map, he's got a big victory point lead, so solid work here by Momo in terms of map control. Of course, he will need something to deal with this Panzer IV soon, or his map control will mean absolutely nothing. In the south, Pioneer busy. Grand going for the Fallschirm Pioneer. Further up north, Panther IV, they're getting snared up. Grenadiers following up here. A massive advance here for Theodosios and the 2nd Fallschirmjäger Division. And we got the tank up here for Momo4sho, leveraging this early map control here. Possibly signaling a war machine there, and lots like tank destroyers and tanks at a discount. Up north, the Grenadiers pushing in. Fallschirm Pioneer busy. Bit of quiet here, bit of quiet.
The enemy remains stubborn. We are down to 300
For once, actually, like, this has been a fairly hectic match, and there you go. Action once more commencing here. Snares on the Panther IV here. Slightly damaging the Panther 4 up north. Who got the Greyhound moving in. Big force of infantry as well there, following up in the wake of the Greyhound's push there. Fallschirmjäger's ambushing the Americans here. Well-placed shots, Panther 4 joining in. Fallschirmjäger's there, halfway towards veterans 1 and right from there, taking a slamming hit here from the center from the cannon of North. Glen is in trouble as Momo there launches a full-scale assault here. We got the MD-42 backing up here. Artillery being called in on the LD-40 here. Well-coordinated attack here by Momo4sho so far as Theodosios. The only issue remains, he doesn't really have a way of halting that Panther 4 seriously. I imagine it's on the way. We do get the M18 Hellcat here for Momo4sho. Theodosios down to 291, over to Momo4sho by the way. Who now has 4 rifle squads, the MD-4 to the captain, plus a smattering of other units. With a Hellcat on the way. And it's not far away from War Machine either. This is where things could get a bit dangerous with further dangerous with Theodosios. Further dangerous. In the south here, point being seized by the Pioneers, hard to work with the sandbags. Route war there being met with intense MD-42 fire. The assault's not pretty. The Panther 4 ping on the flank of the route squad. The assault's inconclusive. Okay, now getting less pretty here for the Americans. They're caught by the Panther 4. Hellcats heading northwards here by the looks of it. Further up north here, engineers moving forwards. We've got scouts also. And of course we've got mines pushers up. Machine guns setting up here to cover the northern points. Fierce fighting here, ground push back with the LD-40. Rifleman causing intense havoc. Hellcat there, veterans 1, and we got the first strike ability. Fierce fighting here remains by the southern victory point here, as men of the 1st Infantry Division fight against the 2nd Fallschirmjäger Division. Heavy automatic fire there just being sprayed across the fields here. And men are just dropping where they stand. Cat moving up here. Pioneers being met with the bar rifle. You got Fallschirmjägers repositioning, including a few Alsace Fallschirmjägers, I suppose. And certainly as the war went on, there would actually be an increasing number of Fallschirmjäger divisions in name only, but really lacking the training. In many cases, they'd just be Luftwaffe-flavored Volksgrenadier divisions in a sense. Hellcat moving up here. There we go. War Machine up for Momo. Bit short on fuel though. Could of course soon go for another Hellcat. He'd also go for the Sherman. I mean, 240 and 270 manpower for a tank destroying a tank is like really cheap. Fallschirmjägers, Fallschirmjägers up. We got the Panther engaging the captain here. Further up north here, scouts have snuck past. Theodosios sentry's gone for the fuel point there. Thumbs up. But there you go. LD-40s and the Panther 4 forcing away Momo4sho's Hellcat. I do think Momo may want to try and stick northwards again with a larger force here. Right now, attacking into here definitely makes it much easier for Theodosios to establish his defensive anchor point and make it harder for Momo to make easy progress. We also got the MD-15, the Fallschirmjaeger. Mine goes off in the scouts. Lewis and Bobby there are down. Ooh, we might even see Jeremy there go down as well. We've got the Fallschirmjägers appearing on the flank here with their FG-42s. And yeah, that's got to be a wipe there, doesn't it? Yeah, that's got to be it. That is it. So that's a bit of a blow there to Momo4sho. Ground rolling northwards. We got 420 versus 273. Momo4sho continuing to exert a strong lead here over Theodosios in terms of victory points, and Theodosios is doing his damnedest here to regain it. Keep an LD-40 near the Panther 4 just in case of a surprise attack here by Momo4sho's Hellcats. Thumbs up, and there you go. Hellcat joining in. In the north, though, we do get a swinging assault here by Momo, again heading Theodosios' northern flank as he's preoccupied elsewhere. Theodosios, though, has brought in another Panther 4 to support the 2nd Fighting Division. The LD-40, though, is in a really bad place here, getting flanked by the Greyhound. Nice move here by Momo4sho. 2 thumbs up. Almost got the LD-40 here. Going in on the hunt here. The prowl. Can he get it? Oh, he got the LD-40. Crew not trying to get it. We got snares on the Panther 4. Could snare it up again. Get heavy engine damage. Nope, might be too late now. Might be too late now. Yeah, it was a bit too late there. He'd just been slightly faster. He probably could have gotten a heavy engine damage on it. Well, engine damage. Hellcats moving in there. We got double Hellcats now for Momo. Trying to get the LD-40 there. Run off with it. 2nd Panther 4 arriving. I think Momo4sho has lost the initiative on this one. Needs to just get out of there. Might lose men. Panther 4's about to be ambushed by the Hellcats. And there we go. The 2 tank destroyers moving in here. Theodosios, Panther 4's in deep trouble. Route squad in trouble. LD-40 got cleared out here. Hellcats taking heavy damage from the 2 Panther 4s, but Theodosios cannot pursue because the Hellcats are more likely to take out the Panther 4s here. And we got a wipe on the Rival Squad as well there. Heavy losses there for Momo. And without much to show for that in return there. So that was a actually decent engagement for Theodosios. Back to Theodosios though, and the second Fallschirmjaeger to be shown. Through the LG-40, Panther 4's being repaired. Of course, got the Fallschirmjaeger, hard to work at that one. And there you go, machine gun pretty aggressively, but it's getting caught here with the 2 Fallschirmjaeger squads here. This could be a bit costly here for Momo if Theodosios gets his MG42 back. No, looks like he avoids such a fate. Hellcats on the prowl, again having been fixed up. Meanwhile, on the south, Grenadiers being forwards, backed up an MG42 team looking to reclaim the southern victory point from the Americans. And he goes setting up the MG42. We got the Hellcats moving up. We got the Panther 4s almost ready here. And there, got telecalled in by the captain again. And we got officers' quarters and armored side to go to for Theodosios. 2 thumbs up. Getting more value out of his panzers is great. And for that matter, like any other stuff you might get over here, like the Sturmpanzer or the Starsturm. Obviously, the Starsturm don't get armored side skirts, but you know, they do benefit from the officer quarters. Far up north, the Fallschirmjägers found themselves surrounded by Americans. My God, Fritz, they're everywhere! Oh, keep shooting! Keep shooting! Oh, they're coming for the door! Nice use of breach here by Momo4sho, thumbs up. And there you go, LG-40's being up here, backed up at the Panther 4. Fallschirmjaeger's closing in here. Momo's Hellcat scatters like beetles. They've just been caught under a big rock. Fallschirmjaeger with MG-15s engaging right there, hoaxing them with MG5 there. Fallschirmjaeger's closing up, LG-40 moving up, Panther 4's covering the flanking, meanwhile Grenadiers in trouble. It's a really chaotic infantry fight here, as both sides get a good chunk of infantry and they're not afraid to use it. Panther 4's moving up in the training right near. Momo has no extended need to counterattack here somehow. Looks like the Rival Squad's will survive. Panther 4 being flanked here with the Hellcat, great shot. LG-40 engaging, Rival Squad moving in. South here, points being grabbed. Engaging the LG-40 there, and fun fact about the Hellcat, it's actually the first American tank destroyer with a purpose-built chassis. Pretty much every other tank destroyer had just like, you know, used a rebuilt chassis from something else, like other half-tracks or tank designs, basically. But the Hellcat was also the first design for that specifically. As an additional fun fact, it's also designed to be very fast, but not very armored. The Hellcat's very good. We'll have to see what Momo4sho goes for next. Got 195 though for Theodosios versus Momo's 404. Clearly, no mercy can be found there. Got the Panther 4s ready here. Fallschirmjaeger advancing. South here, Grenadiers versus Rival Squad. Pioneer moving up. Theodosios and the second Fallschirmjaeger continues to beat up. We got Grenadiers from the Bar Rifleman. MG42 versus MG42. Both in heavy cover, but Theodosios 1 does have more veterancy and more health. Larger numbers too. Panther 4's on the move here, Hellcats lining up. No additional son of armor yet here for Momo4sho. We got 183 versus 404. Now in the south, we got the Fallschirmjaegers pushing forwards here. Machine gun push back the machine gun. And the GRs fall back. And there you go, Momo4sho with another Hellcat. So many Hellcats rifling up here in the north. Got a finding here for the northern victory point here between Fallschirmjaegers and the captain. Is skirmishing all over the place here, and larger pushes here and there as well. LG-40 catching the Hellcats. We'll have to see next, of course, for Theodosios and for Momo. Triple Hellcats. And certainly there's never been an increase, I feel like, players just, like, you know, relying heavily on the Hellcats because they are incredibly efficient versus armor. Particularly we can get them made cheaper, of course, with armored battle groups, like War Machine. Fallschirmjaeger moving up. Panther 4's there at the ready. Northern point being seized by the captain. Down here, Fallschirmjaeger's going to on the move. Got the allied or infantry reserves ready here for Theodosios, and we got fragment of course and Stuka as well down to be chosen. And we got a munitions cache here for Theodosios going up, so that would certainly indicate a likelihood that this is going to be lighters coming up, and could also be, you know, fragmentation bombs, but, you know, Seems a bit more likely to be. You also got more defensive position prepared here by Theodosios, seeing as this is like, you know, point of like high contention, just digging in there hard. This makes sense. Cash up here. Panzer being bombarded by the Hellcats. Up north there, it looks like one was going to come in swinging with the Hellcats. There we go. But there you go. LD-40s, they do make it tough here for Momo to come swing in like that. Routes on the south, they got heavy fighting here. Almost hand-to-hand combat, but no. In the end, though, the Ravenhard falls back, but they did get a bit of damage in here on Theodosios as well here. Up north there, Hellcats keep blasting away there. No 50 cals mounted. MD-42 moving up here. And what will be next here for Momo? Another Hellcat? Shermans? Who knows? Up north there, learning before catching the captain, but not before he calls in artillery. Quick snare there on the Panda 4. Hellcats moving in. Ones are getting flanked here by the LD-40s. They're doing quite well there for Theodosios, that is for sure. And there you go, machine gun quick repositions there. Dodging the artillery strike there.
A victory point is under attack. We must
Up north, again, Theodosios going for the northern victory point. We got 327 on 83. Momo is starting to beat victory points here to the Germans. Far south here, Pioneers pulling up.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
North point being seized by the Fallschirmjaeger. Bit of quiet again here. Momo, of course, looking to reorganize and set up the next line of advance against the Germans. Maybe ECH next. Could also be a strong option, of course. That could be a very strong option. We also got a mix here of high explosive barrages and first strike here. And yes, American tanks will be used as artillery like that as well. A fun fact. Got another push from the north here. Gonna hit the northern points here. Captain in trouble though. Fallschirmjägers though next being the ones in trouble as the Hellcats moving up. Theodosios of course sees where things are going and just withdraws the Fallschirmjägers rather than risk losing them. Theodosios have not reacting. What is this? We got the Flak 38. Wow. The Flak 38 is just basically the Flak 30 but with a gun shield like that. Fun fact. Probably also some minor modifications. Hellcat bombarding, but not using the barrage ability in the south here. The German forces consolidating their positions here. But yeah, Flak 30, 8, I mean. I was not expecting that one. The Flak 30s have gotten more popular, so I guess it kind of makes sense the Flak 38 also gets a bit more popular. And what is this? We got bunkers as well for Theodosios. Perhaps the munitions aren't meant for air support, but for upgrades for these bunkers. Fascinating. Got routes across the Fallschirmjägers. Up north here, though, Momo secured the north side again here from Theodosios, who's busy fortifying the southern point. Panther 4 setting up. 4 Hellcats for Momo4sho. 4 Hellcats. That is a lot of tank destroyers. That is a lot of trouble here for Theodosios' panzers as well. Make no mistake. That said, I do think Momo needs to do something to do with those LD-40s. West side here, counterattack here by Theodosios being ordered forwards. Panther 4's being rerouted as well towards that point. Grenades, Fallschirmjägers falling back here. Hellcats going up, engaging the Panther 4. Great shot for the frontal armor. Another great shot there. Fallschirm Pioneer and machine being hauled northwards here. Fallschirmjägers flanking as well. They're catching the other Hellcats. Pushing on the west side here, Momo4sho continues to exert strong macro control against Theodosios, but he's definitely starting to show a few cracks here, I think. As the Germans keep up, you know, these rather rapacious assaults. Rav Squad here in trouble. Momo4sho definitely extended that squad here, and he's likely going to pay the ultimate price. Rav Squad also trading here. No! No, they do go down, they do go down. Close call, though. Another potential wipe here, though. Ooh. That is some really unfortunate losses here for Momo. Great though for Theodosios. Oh no! He lost an ace route squad there. Huge loss there for Momo. He can't because he blocked the retreat path there with the Hellcat too. Quick to replace his loss at least. Thumbs up to Momo4sho. No sign of the EC8 here. Perhaps he's training a bit to, like, you know, in expectation, like anticipated nerfs here, of course, to the US Armoured Battle Group, which again, you know, will by the time this video's gone up, been nerfed, but we don't actually know the nerfs yet as of this recording. Fallschirmjäger caught up the Ralph squad, Cap moving up, Hellcat swing in there. I do think some tanks would be a good addition alongside the Hellcats, because it's not just that Momo or Theodosios has a fair amount of tanks, it does also have a fair amount of infantry, so the Hellcats to me feel like a slight extension into like the anti-tank role, while neglecting the infantry and for that matter the LD-40s. I feel like 100 Fallschirmjaeger, just regular Sherman, maybe 2 would have been a good addition alongside the Hellcats here. There you go, LD-40s out again, the Hellcat getting plastered with 7 of fire, and the south here, Germans holding up the position. Got another machine gun bunker up here for Theodosios. Really fortifying here. Wait, where did you get all this concrete for these bunkers for? Oh, you know, I just snatched it from Göring, who was planning to use it for swimming pool. Another one. He bought this it. North here, route goes the Panther Force getting plastered with heavy fire. So double bunkers and a flak 30 here. That is quite the strong point from Theodosios. Meanwhile, the Hellcats are going to flank in here. Momo is swinging in against Theodosios, flanking the Panther Force here. But there you go. Loiters called in by Theodosios. Hellcats attacking from all sides. Hellcat stops on front here. Oh, not the best place to stop up. Luftwaffe going in. Hellcat getting shredded there. Shots just punched through the thin armor. Tickle on the top. Hellcat's almost got the second Panther 4 here. Another Hellcat goes down, but the Panther 4 should go down. Down it went! Huge blow here to Theodosios. His panzers are kaput. And now Momo4sho bring in the Shermans. Rout squad being met with machine gun fire from the bunker and the Fallschirmjaegers.
Installing an MG42.
Pinned down up north here, troops moving forwards. Flak 30 firing at the Flak 38 flying at the Sherman. I'm just used to Flak 30s by now. I'm just, someone goes for Flak 38, it slightly confuses my mind. So about that. Clearing out the machine gun position, or the flak position here. Got high explosive rounds loaded up here. Almost got the flak there. Keep firing, Helmut! But why? I don't know! Flak down. Panther 4 moving in Theodosios. Sherman, though, getting caught here with the LD-40s, and the Panther 4 could go down here. And pop goes the Weasel. Forgot about the flank here. Theodosios did not. Almost got the machine gun bunker here. The concrete has definitely seen significantly better days. North here, Mount's going off there. Bunker kaput. Panther 4 pulling against the Hellcat here. Another good shot here. More LG-45 there. Hellcat's being repaired. One of it in 2, the other one certainly not. And now Theodosios is grabbing all the northern fuel points away from Momo and the 1st Infantry Division as well here. Machine crew trouble with the Fallschirmjaegers. Panther 4 being repaired. What the hectic fight here for sure. And a lot of back and forth moments. Sprout squad pushing north. It's Fallschirmjaegers ready to ambush the GIs here. And go around it. Fix up the Hellcats. Fallschirmjaegers push back. Panther 4 almost fixed up again fully.
Do not falter now.
And we got another machine gun bunker covering the western victory point as well here. That's a total of 3 machine gun bunkers. Also crucial note, he'd gone for machine gun bunkers in Flak 38, but it's not like Theodosios just went heavily passive. He just used the bunkers and then plated, like, set up defensive lines, so in case, like, his attack get, pushed back, Momo can't just quickly move in and fill up the gaps they're left behind. So that's actually, like, a pretty interesting combo here with Theodosios. 2 thumbs up. Looks like he's in that sense trying to, like, explore the Wehrmacht metagame further, and that's, I think, also really cool there. And so I'm looking forward to see what more we'll see there with Umber Wasp. Large one caught the 42 bunker here. My god, these Germans, all these bunkers. Where did they come from? Well, you see, the Germans just like bunkers, Carl. They just like them. Flanking the bunker here with a Hellcat. Great shot. Panther 4's moving up here. Rout squad there, close to being exterminated. Pretty brutal counterattack here by Theodosios, leaning in with the Panthers against the Hellcats here. They're firing back. Cap Rout squad there, we've got snares on the Panther 4. Damn its engine! The engine is on fire. The crew is not having a great time. The fire extinguisher is gone. And the Panther 4 is gone alongside it. LG-40 is moving up, engaging the Hellcats. Second Panther 4 taking heavy damage. It is a fierce tangle of steel and destruction in the north side. Try and take off the finish off the Panther. Loses one Hellcat here. Oh dear. Fallschirm Pioneers bit the bullet and then some. And they bit all of the bullets, in fact. Oh, the Hellcat misses the Panzer IV. LG4 is being on all sides here. Gets it. Oh, they get each other. They get each other. Mutually assured destruction. Ravscourt looks like it survives. Sherman on the move here for Momo4sho. We got 94 versus 72.
Enemy down to 100 points.
More riflemen there for Momo4sho. As this explained to Patton where all the infantry goes. Look, sir, I don't know if you understand this, but when men get shot at, they die. What? That can't be right. That's not what Eisenhower tells me. I'm sorry, Patton, but they actually die. Oh my god, Eisenhower lied to me. The asshole. Anyways, flak fire on the Sherman up north, fucking in here.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Troop reinforcing healing. Guard of Ravscourt holding up here in the villa. Even as German forces are assembling for another assault there on the villa and the victory point by. We got 72 versus 79 here. Everything's hanging in the balance here between Momo and Theodosios. Fallschirmjäger's giving it all there for the fatherland. Ravscourt's moving in and Theodosios just retreats here. 72 versus 73. The clock is ticking. What a spectacular match here. Sherman E6 being lined up. Perhaps Momo4sho has finally decided it's time to call them in. Another Panther ready here for Theodosios. Machine guns, LG40s lining up. Fallschirmjägers pushing forwards here. All supported by the Panther IV. Ravscourt getting mauled here. Got the Sherman sending out up north here. Points being grabbed. We got 72 versus 60. Great shot there. Fallschirmjägers low on health here, but they keep fighting. They refuse to give up.
They've captured a victory point.
Also, I'm guessing he's going to merge with them again. So wait, where's the actual Fallschirmjägers? I don't know if he's just sort of going along this at this point. Momo launches another assault here in the north bunker here and the north victory point. Theodosios is going to have to counterattack swift. We've got 69 versus 68 versus 57 here. Engineers pinned down. Rifle moving up here. 66 versus 57. Almost got the bunker. Panther IV moving up. LG40's the move here. Fallschirmjägers and engineers moving in here. Almost got the bunker. Engineers though are about, yes, earn themselves a posthumous medal. Bunker though gone. And now the Sherman's being hunted down here. Theodosios is all in. We got 58 versus 57. We got the LD40s, the Panther IV going for the Sherman. Can Momo4sho get the Sherman to safety? It's not looking like it. Ravscourt counterattacking here with the captain in tow. Catches the LD40s. Looks like the Sherman does escape here. No sign of extra armor here in the south. Fighting for the southern victory point also intensifies as Momo commits fresh reserves. Fresh-ish. Artillery the building here. Fallschirmjägers dodging a lot of mortar bombs. 50 points versus 57. MD4 tooling up. Backhead troop reinforcing healing. Another Panther IV for Theodosios. Ravscourt has the MD42. MD42 backing up the riflemen, but they're not within range of the MD42. German sending out. Looks like Theodosios lining up for another push here with the LD4s and the Fallschirmjägers being assembled. Panther IV setting out. And another Hellcat ready here for Momo4sho. Sherman sending out. Good shot on the MD42. Almost got it. Looks like the Hell's going to go for a flank against Momo. He's going to go for a flank.
They pushed us off a second.
50 versus 46. Momo is back to bleeding Theodosios. Luftwaffe called in here. Flak fire. They're ripping into the riflemen. Troops being pinned down there on all sides. Snares off here. Hellcat going in. Sherman holding back. Gonna go for flank here. Flak fire turning around. Opening up in the Hellcat. Firing into it. Got search and destroy the actual flanking speed here. Flak 30 is ripping through the Hellcat's armor there, as it is not heavily enough to deal with it. Sherman in here. LD-40's got the Hellcat. Almost got the Panther 4. Panther 4's down, but the Hellcat goes to hell. In the south here, fighting mates keep up fun here. We got 50 versus 33. Up north here, German assault here is being bogged down here, but with the Panther 4, they do still hold the upper hand and will overcome, it looks like, Momo's men over to Theodosios. Fudge Punier and Fudge Mode pushing forwards. 28 points left versus 50. Sherman rush northwards. We've got grenades here. Riflemen about to, well, cease to be. Sherman rushing in, getting flanked there. Oh, grenades off. Sherman's gonna go down. Rifle squad down. Fudgemaker somehow survived this. MD42 versus MD42. We got 21 versus 50. I think, though, this might be it. 21 versus 50. MD42 moving to the MD42's line of fire. 21. MD42 versus MD42. American MD42 beats the German MD42. Oh, there we go. Flak 30 saves the... Flak 38 saves the flank with the MD42, but the other MD42 still wins the day there. Panther pulling in. We got 21 versus 46. Round score, they're getting pulverized. Flak 38 there has gotten 2 kills, but 1 vehicle kill. And there you go. Momo swarming the northern victory point. Mining trying to push for the western victory point, which is utterly unguarded here. Machine gun goes down to the Panther 4. Chaffee's out for Momo4sho. He's going for Chaffee's now. He's so strapped for resources, he has to go for Chaffee's. Can't we, like, just pretend it's a Sherman? No. Come on, I want to feel a bit good about this. No. Ram northern victory point, got 28 versus 38. Chaffee swinging northwards. Strafing run here, and the men, making a run for it. They dodge it, kinda. Giving enough time for Theodosios to bring up the Fallschirmjaeger to defend the point. 21 versus 38. 37. Route squad, camping in. We got artillery calling the Fallschirmjägers. We got the Chaffee in reserve here. Fallschirmjägers on there, but now we got the MU42 teaming up here. Ace level 21 versus 34. Panther 4 flanking in here. Good shot on the Chaffee. Good shot again there. Grenadiers pushing for the victory point. We've got 21 versus 34. Chaffee down. I repeat, Chaffee down. At this point, I'm fairly certain this is game over for Momo4sho here, though. This has gotta be it. And these are just getting, like, utterly massacred here. And there you go, GG. Game over. What a hell of a match here to finish the patch on. Then absolutely intense match on Taranto Coastline with a lot of back and forth. And some really interesting stuff, including bunkers and Flak 38, which we just don't see out of the Wehrmacht a lot. But again, it's not because Theodosios is looking to, like, do a campy strategy. It's just, like, you know, free up resource to, like, open up men to, like, be more aggressive elsewhere. And that's, I think, kind of how these things are meant to be used. That's really cool to see that from Theodosios. 2 thumbs up. Momo was close, but I feel like he overcommitted to the Hellcat. Should have had some Shermans, either the 75mm version or the 105mm version to help deal with the infantry and these LD-40s, which proved to be a really good tool there for Theodosios. So, there you go. GG, and thanks to everyone for watching this episode. Thanks to everyone who's been sending in replays across September. I've gotten so many replays, you wouldn't believe it. I'm sorry to all those who I didn't get a chance at cards. It's just been absolutely flooded, so had so many great choices to have those. So again, big thanks there. And big thanks to all those who keep supporting the Propagandacaster by pledging on Patreon and donating. Others can do that by, following links in the video description. This is Imperial Team. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.